Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. And I nearly said the WTRL team time trial. Well, that was yesterday. I normally do two. I only did one, so I'm all confused. It's the Friday ebb. It's Friday. Yay. So, we'll do the ebb, and then we'll hop over and watch Rick race.
Oh, I need to add a little lube to the chain today. That's exciting.
That's because the oil price is down or what?
Wow, I feel like it's where whatever that quad muscle is, that's down over the knee. Feels like that's a little tense and creating some tension on my knee. It's all that desperation sitting pedaling I was doing yesterday. Trying to do 7-8 watts a kilo sitting down. That last
I can't do that.
That last second KOM. Oh, I stood up for the first one. I stood up the whole way. Second one, it was like I could tell my heart rate was starting to climb standing up, or I had that idea in my mind at least. That it's climbing, so I'm just gonna sit down. That'll kind of ease out, which it doesn't. And man, yeah, at that point I was like still trying to keep up the watts to stay with them, and yeah, that might have been one of the points.
I actually saw it on the last left corner, so 400 meters before the line or something, that you actually broke them because they looked like that. But yeah, it's difficult to say afterward, but
they rested up after that, and then
yeah, I think they all just wanted to be in the back. So it was not because they were broken.
I mean, they might have been. I think we all were, but I know I was. I was.
Yeah,
broken,
but you were up.
Trying to put
you were
down
up front
watts.
at that time, so you were looking in the surface.
That's what happens when I get broken. I just try to go with whatever I have left, but I definitely didn't have a sprint. That's for sure. They definitely took the better plan sitting back, and then I really did feel like if I stood up and tried to sprint, that was the only way I was going to put down sprint watts, and I would have I think my legs would have turned to complete jello at that point. Felt that way.
I mean, logically, these people are at the top of CRP, and you just ended, so pretty good. Coming in number 5 or what is it?
I can see it in my load, that's for sure. You can see day I graduated to CRP, and then it's like, and now it's just been leveled out on a higher level. Man, but yeah, it was I didn't completely drain the tank like I did in New York, though, according to my Weebles. I still had, like, you could see that both of those climb areas, I definitely drove it down, but yeah, it wasn't. I think that's maybe the deepest I've ever gone was on that New York KOM on the Knickerbocker one.
Yeah, I was thinking ahead, it's probably not so bad since you don't go full out. Save it for the Queen States.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a stage tomorrow. I did bring my Theragun to work with me yesterday, but I really didn't use it as much as I had planned. I was like, if I just use this thing all day long, maybe I'll reverse everything. But I think I'm just at that point where I'm working so hard that it's just the muscles are gonna feel it the next day no matter what.
Dude, did you see that your race score skyrocketed? Obviously, whoever you're beating is paying off.
Yeah.
Or whoever you beat yesterday, whatever the case is, you beat somebody.
Yeah, 741 now. Crazy.
Yeah, 741.
I think it was a
That's a skyrocket jump.
6-point jump yesterday. Feels like it. Good luck racing against other 741. So that's all I gotta say.
Oh no, I soaked out my shoes yesterday and never realized it. Now they're wet. Oh god. Ew.
I was shoe dry.
It's all fun and games when you're already sweating, but nah. Let's go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have to take tomorrow off. I don't think I have a choice at this point now. Or maybe I should do my first race full of fatigue and see if it does better than normal. Okay.
Here's your Mel.
So, am I no?
Oh, you're very, very broken. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. All right, is that better now?
Seems to be at the moment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow, so maybe I'll get a good birthday wing. But I'm getting old, so.
Your Mel's not old, is he, Ufa?
Not by any means. There's about 35 of active work years left.
We got some time. Now we celebrate. Celebrate and race.
I was muted there for a moment, if you didn't notice, with my mouth
Yeah.
moving and no sound.
We just thought you were talking to the wife.
The news got me before I got on this morning, so I had to tell her about it. So you missed it. Now we're on live stream, so I'm not talking about it.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Time trial. Ugh. I feel like people have been talking to me on this and I haven't been talking to them.
It's about time that we held time responsible and put it on trial.
Hold what?
It's a time trial, so should hold time
okay.
responsible for all the mishaps in this week.
Yes.
Father time.
At this point, I got to go into it with the mindset like, here we go. I'm going to prove myself wrong. I am good at time trials. Because I know if I try to do it halfway through, it's not going to work as well. I think in order to beat these guys, I got to go like to the limit.
Normal people, they get very quiet and go into a box and think about something else, but apparently you have another strategy.
Yeah, I have an autopilot for my legs where sometimes it depends on how far out I'm going. Sometimes I do zone out, but sometimes I have an autopilot and I just want to distract my brain from the fact that my legs are working. Then hopefully this knee will be good to go. It should be. I think it's just a muscle thing. Feels like it. Not any sort of tendon thing happening. So, Annette went for it was almost 8-mile run this morning.
Yeah, I told you. So she said she was going and she won't be able to cycle, but yeah, she just compensates.
Yeah. I was like, hey, that reminds me of going to Florida 2 years ago. And I was like, you know what? I think I'll run now. Except I didn't go that hard. I didn't go that far, but I went far enough so that I had to take a day off afterwards. Could have probably had better sneakers too.
I never realized you had multiple dogs in.
If you have knee complaints, then keep off the running, I would say.
Oh yeah, right now for sure. No, I really think it's this muscle right here. I can feel it like in between this and my knee. I think I maybe should have focused a little more on on gunning that down. But I think the reason why I didn't, which should have been the reason why I did, was because every time I hit it with the gun, it hurt. And that probably should have been like, hey, you should hit that more.
Or less.
All right. You never know. Maybe it didn't want to be touched. I did do a second soaking last night. I gave up a little sleep for an extra soak with lavender. Felt pretty. All this conversation going on. I don't really feel like it. Is Wu there?
I haven't seen him yet.
Still too early to tell with Charlie. Man, so every week we've been getting these 70-degree bumps where it's like cold through the weekend and on Monday, but then like getting down into the 20s overnight and stuff. Fahrenheit. And the and then all of a sudden warming up on like a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it's just shorts and t-shirts weather, and then same thing on Thursday, and then it gets cool. Well, next week I guess it's not happening. Now I'm looking at my bike and I'm like, man, I missed out on a couple opportunities. Wednesday was the perfect day to have my annual night ride home.
Keep this going, and Maine will be the new Bay Area.
That would be awesome, actually. It'd be like the new Bay Area with less humidity.
But yeah, property prices would probably increase.
Maybe we'd have some industry. Kind of like what the New England Patriots have with trying to recruit people. It's like, do you want to come up here and play in the winter? And then they're like, what, do you win games? No, not anymore. Oh. Nah, I'll probably go somewhere else.
This is what America
Same thing
gets
for-
wrong. That's what you want is a service economy. You don't want industry.
Yeah, we did try industry as a state once, and there's still remnants of that everywhere. Although a lot of them are being repurposed now into apartments and breweries and stuff. Yeah, there's like whole towns in Maine that are just all factories. Their whole downtown area is a factory next to the river from back in the industrial days.
I think we're actually going to start getting back to our industrial days here soon, especially with our change of leadership.
I would imagine it'll be a different kind of industry.
Yes, but I do think those old buildings, and maybe not they'll bring them back, but we'll get back to those days where we were building our own stuff, or at least some of it.
I hope so, because we need something to balance out all the anger
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hate that's going around.
And all the job loss. And making our own stuff instead of stores filled with other country stuff.
When people have jobs and are making money and buying things, then they hopefully stop hating as much.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Over here, we're not gonna pay to get the shitty jobs back from China. They can have them.
Yeah. But I definitely don't mean the shitty ones. I mean, like, for example, like semiconductors. It's a huge talk because Intel is absolutely failing right now, and they consider them too big to fail, and it's too strategic to let them fail. So they're talking about bailing them out, and then they'll be semi-government, or you know what I mean, or heavily subsidized by the government because it was such a failure range. So I mean jobs like that where they're not considered shitty, but you still need to manufacture those chips to go in, these products.
Maine has a problem where it can't get out of its own way, it seems, because it's like there's such a focus on lobster, and like in the political thing ads and stuff, it was like they talked about lobster. It's like, what? Like that's a dying industry. The lobsters are moving to Nova Scotia. What's going on here? Like lobstermen are talking about, what are you going to bring lobsters back? I don't understand what this is. Why are we talking about this? Why aren't we focused on like new industries?
Make lobster great again.
What's that?
Make lobster great again.
Oh yeah.
Make lobster great again. That's funny. That's Maine's new slogan, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because it's like
I read in the paper the other day the contribution of agriculture to Dutch economy, because it's 60% of what we're talking about here politically is agriculture, but everything put together. So not alone all the dairy and normal farming, but tulips and gross vegetables and stuff. It's enormous. I mean, but it's only 1.4% of the economy. Why are we bothering to talk about it?
Yeah, people talk about stuff that just don't make sense sometimes, I swear.
Yeah, I feel like I saw something that like the marijuana industry is starting to have. It has like at least an equal GDP with percentage of GDP with lobstering. It's like, well, let's focus on that, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, I'd rather have a focus on high-tech companies coming in, because that's where, and there is a lot more coming into southern Maine and stuff, but as far as the rest of the state, not as much. And I think it's because there aren't as many skilled workers. Anybody who becomes a skilled worker moves to Massachusetts or New Jersey.
I mean, that's what we're seeing here. So we have this ASML that makes chip machines, but I mean, there are no Dutch people that can work there because they're not highly educated enough. So they have to import all the workers.
Southern Maine does have it, because there was, especially during COVID, there was a huge, it was already happening, but then that created a huge influx of people moving from larger cities. But some of those people are also like retirement age too, so that's the other thing. But yeah, you go to Portland, completely different city than Bangor. As far as like walking around and just the people that are there, feels a little more like Massachusetts. Which Maine always says, oh, keep Massachusetts out of Maine, but it's like, well, but that's also the way the world's moving. So yeah, eventually, if you want your kids to stay and your grandkids to stay, you got to do it, because guess where they're going? But we didn't even vote in a new flag, because I don't know why. We now have the same old stupid looking flag that looks like you could carry it into the Civil War. In fact, you ask most people, like, what's on the Maine flag? And they're like, I don't know. But the new one was an old flag design, but it got voted out because, I don't know, Maine doesn't like change. But they will be our new license plates.
Oh.
Very nice state. Stupid state, but a very nice state. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to use any comparisons just because, but it's a very nice looking state, but it's not very smart. How about that? Maine should just sit there and look pretty.
I mean, it's not the only state that's not very smart, but I mean, so it's okay. I mean, look what happened in California. It was the most prosperous state to one of the worst ones.
Yeah. I mean, the good part about Maine is it's always a very independent state as far as politics go, but
yeah,
as far as like wandering around talking to people, no. It's a very like, yeah, it's you feel happy when you meet smart people if you've left the city. Even in the city sometimes it's like, oh, I mean, there's different kinds of smart, obviously, but I just imagine if you're a smart person, why can't you like at least fake some social skills? All right, I need to stop trashing on my state. All right.
yeah.
Maine's really good though.
Really ready to leave it. It's okay because Maryland will accept you and we can start our own brewery.
I mean, Denmark literally paid for ads to go into the Lebanese newspapers telling how awful Denmark was in order to stop immigrants from coming. So maybe that's your strategy.
Oh, that's the other thing coming up here too. I can't wait to see. Well, I've already kind of seen how Maine handled it, but we have 150 refugees coming to the city at some point. And the yeah, everybody's gonna be up in arms about that one. It's like, it's 150 people coming from a place that they could not live anymore. Let's not turn this into a war-torn area too. Let's just go ahead and hate on them so that then they develop anger. Let's do that.
The funny thing is, over here, ideologically, people will resent it, but their elected politician will encourage it because there's some really good jobs at these immigrant centers. There has to be 24-hour attendance, so the jobs are just really good. So although they're against, they really want them actually.
Yeah, it's also being twisted. It was used in the political things, but it's being twisted as illegal immigrants, where it's like, but there's nothing illegal about it. They're refugees from a
I mean, I don't know how exactly it is, but most illegals will have some kind of income because otherwise they couldn't be there. So that's actually people you don't want to lose.
Yes, and I think that refugees are typically like, as you know, if you accept people into your community, don't make them feel like they're outcasts. Don't make them feel like they can't get along in your community. Then they will bring great things to the community because they were doctors and business owners and all that sorts of stuff in their country.
The only thing is that's selling you a lie. Half those people were not.
Yeah, that's actually
important.
It's
But
actually
it's the ones that were though. It's like, obviously, because I mean,
yeah, but if they were that, they would have came over the right way. And then the other thing is, you can't call somebody a refugee if you don't go through the program correctly. So, like, you're not a refugee if you just come in, sneak in, and then try and get by as a normal. Like, that's not refugee. Refugees, they have to go through a special thing in order to be, like, accepted. Like, all right, there is harm to you. There is a problem. So many people just can't make a life. That's it. There's no...
The problem is that a lot of people who aren't smart enough to like look at the big picture. They look at it. They're coming. They're gonna come here, and then when they come here, you can treat them like crap, and then you got yourself a problem, because no one wants to be treated like crap, especially if they are an intelligent person.
Yeah.
You know. Really, even if they're not, nobody wants to be treated like crap. and it's like, you know, nobody asked for war in their country. I mean, some people do, but usually they're maybe the ones benefiting from it. I don't know. But and so those ones that can grow the community should be invited and you know, made a part of the community so that they can bring their talents, and then they'll also lift up everybody else around them, because then they're usually the leader of their community as well. And if the community can become one instead of being stuck on you're different, you shouldn't be here, then it works out a lot better, I'd imagine.
Oh,
You're wasting my tax
Yesterday.
dollars.
Owen showed me his workout for the day. It looks kind of spiky. Lots of red spikes in it.
That's not good.
And I looked how long it was, and I replied and I said, well, at least it's under an hour. It's 59 minutes and 59 seconds long.
No, it doesn't count.
They just couldn't add one more second.
Well, that's like going in a store and finding something price marked at $9.99. It sounds cheaper than $10.
Until they start adding taxes, fees, freight, shipping, handling, dropping, breaking, insurance, and then you leave the store and it's actually $13. You're like, hold on, what?
11 minutes. I think I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling like that kind of, I'm not backing down kind of feeling in this race. Heart rate's high. That's a good sign.
We're going to be close to finishing at the time that we start. At least I don't have a 7:30 a.m. meeting today.
Nah.
Yesterday, I almost asked if there was an open spot on an A team for WTRL. And I got thinking, I was like, wait, that's like one rest day and then it's up after this is over. Like the only option I would have is race again on Monday.
I'm hearing all the potential teammates being just normal A's, giving a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
I don't believe I'm that rider. My numbers are inflated by something. I don't know what.
By growth?
Something.
Maybe. I mean, look at your score going up and the people you're beating.
Yeah. I just happen to, like, in the right moments, not give up, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Yesterday you were in the middle of an A race talking.
Exactly.
I was in the middle of a B time trial and I was crying. Listen,
Well,
are
was
you
a B race.
smiling or are you fainting? I can't tell which one.
that was technically a B race, but I don't know. Everybody seems to have like A numbers.
There's no way that's a B race when you're new race
No,
for
no
14
way.
or 7. Yeah, there's nothing B about that race.
It says B.
Except for Zwift being stupid.
Yeah, but that's just technically for the pen or something.
Yeah.
Look at all
it is.
your...
Yeah.
No, they don't feel like B riders when I'm trying to chase them up a hill. That's for sure. But it's very like when they're ready to rest, they're resting. And then when it's time to put it on, they're putting it on.
This is typically a racing that super punchy, and in between, any C rider could stay in the pack.
Yeah.
So I get all my words out at that point, which, man, that's the thing about tomorrow. It's going to be wild because that is all climbing.
Oh, what made you do the morning slot instead of the night slot?
I like to keep it because I'm used to performing in the morning and then just suffering from it all day long.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like switching tonight, and I'm busy at night. Like typically when I go, I guess I could switch everything around, but yeah, typically when I get home, it's like last night, I wanted to soak for 20 minutes, and that made me go to bed so much later than I normally would have. It's like everything's on a fine line at night. I'm just like, it's like when I first wake up for that first like hour or so, everything is just like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And then I relax for a moment eating my breakfast. And then I get up and do all kinds of stuff again and then relax on the bike, kind of. And at night, it's like that too, where it's just chaos. It feels like to me. Organized chaos. Heidi's always like, why don't you sit down and we can talk? Because I got a million things to do. I mean, now if someone went over it with me, like, do you really need to do every single one of those things? It's like, well, I mean, I could skip it, but I have to do it eventually.
Actually, people were requesting you to talk to them.
And then my problem is, like, when I'm overworking, like for this tour, I rest at work. And then my coworkers, I can feel the resentment building over the week. I think it's perfectly planned with everybody just being in a bad mood. Because the moment that they have a couple beers, they come out into the brewery and they're like, what are you doing? Why aren't you hanging out with us? And it's like, well, because I'm just relaxing. I don't know. They don't really understand how it's not always fun to hang out in a tap room when you're not drinking. All right. Once again, like just about every morning of this tour, I rode with friends and didn't say a single word through chat to them except for good morning. I gotta figure out what wheels I'm gonna use too. I'm wondering, so like normally I would go for the disc wheels, but I was also thinking, since there's so much climbing in this, do I want the benefit on the downhill or do I want the benefit on the climb, you know?
The SLR Zeros are a reasonable compromise. Look at those, the giant SLR Zeros.
Or the 454s, the SIPs. Actually, the disc wheels might actually be okay. Depends a little bit if you want to really rest on the downhills.
Yeah, giant SLR Zeros just happen to be my in real life wheel set as well. I've used those a few times in DRL races.
There's no way I'm gonna ride the SIP 454s in real life. They're hookless. It's too dangerous.
Ah. Hmm. Right. Person. Maybe I'll just use this. Usually I want to go with something different than everybody else, so I have that advantage for the shop, but there we go. 5 minutes of torture.
Same. Almost ready for some fun. Man, Andy's getting celebrated right now on the drive. Another great lead. We know. He's the man. Oh, 1 mile to go. My heart rate is dropping now, so that's good. My average heart rate for this ride is far less than normal.
Wow, Behringer, strong rider. Fast.
Just got to catch back up to you.
Stronger than a box of wine. Behringer is.
Here they are off. Let's get the Yamel cam up here. Here we go. Oh, he's up towards the front. Got everyone right where he wants them. Garrett Smith has been sprinting every lap. Oh, he's got some decent legs on him. Has he got enough to beat Yamel though? Here we go. Up and around the horseshoe. We'll come into the descent. Garrett Smith still holding around that 7 watts per kilo mark. Yamel just biding his time in his graph. Yamel turning it on just at the right time, just to stay with. The two are pulling away from the rest of the group. Gapping everyone nicely here. Here we come into the final stage. Across the bridge, and that's it. Yamel drops his aero. Starts pumping it out, pumping the power out. Leaving Garrett Smith behind. Dropping him. 2 watts a kilo deficit there for Garrett Smith. Nice work, Yamel. First and second. Right there.
Nice one.
I didn't look at Yamel on the camera then. Was he smiling?
Oh, I wasn't either.
There we have it confirmed. Yamel in first, Garrett Smith second, Hoover in third, Patterson fourth, and Hugh Thomas in fifth. Nice riding.
The legs are tired.
Wow. There's some burning going on.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
expecting more downhills. Maybe they're coming up.
Oh, dude.
Okay, well, that's the ebb over. It's time for us to go and visit Rick on his TT. Let's finish this kilometre out here, and then we'll head over to target. All right. time to go see what Rick's up to. What of Yorkshire? And there's Rick. Right, we've got him now. Why, he's at the spot. He's the only person wearing the pointy-eared cap. There we go.
He loves that cap.
I think he makes him go faster. In reality, I think it makes it so he can hear us talking about him better.
Whew. Sure do wish I could take advantage of draft.
Yeah, that would be nice right about there.
Wow. There is one bee guy way up there. Time trials suck.
Well, he might have gone out really hard and not be able to sustain it. You'll find out later.
Man. Man. I don't know what she's talking about over there, but it's bugging me.
be worse. I think. My stomach's not a happy camper this morning.
Yeah.
A big piece of fried chicken for breakfast probably wasn't a good idea before I rode. Nice downhill for you. But what goes down must come up. No, it's the other way around.
No.
What goes up must come down.
What goes in must come out. Or stop.
Yeah, well, there's that too, but hopefully that's not going to happen for Rick today. I don't want to see beans again.
I don't know. He's been saying you got those stomachs.
I mean, you've got refried beans, but I don't want to see regurgitated beans, okay? Here's the uppy bit. Up we go.
No, if he starts adjusting the saddle randomly, we'll know.
Nice numbers. Nearly 8 watts a kilo there. Leaving people behind.
I didn't shift down enough. Holy. This is a small ring one.
Nice, only a short climb. Nearly there. Steepest bit just coming up now. Keep them turning. Catching and passing people. Leaving others behind. Nice work. Almost there. That's what managing your power. Leaving everybody behind. It's up top, you can see it. Little bump here. There you go. You made it. Enjoy the descent. Who put this hill here? Might be sent to enjoy. How far you got to go now?
15.6.
15.6.
One more time. It's all downhill from here. Until the finish line. Or one lap. Then I just need to repeat that. That's it.
Yep, so halfway points at 13.8, 1 kilometre to halfway.
Leave it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's cold.
Lap 1 down.
Hey, man. Can you shut it? Have a good day. Nice.
Interesting to watch you tussling with Westling here. You know, he's pulling away from you on the flats. You're reeling him in on the climbs. Smith coming up behind you.
That's one of Pookie's teammates, I believe, on the TTT. It's pretty strong. It's a good racer. Very efficient. Definitely dying. I don't know which one's a better tactic. Harder in the beginning and then do what you can later, or easier and then hard in the end. I know I'll try my hardest. If I go hard in the beginning, I'll be fighting later. So I'll extract everything out, rain that sponge out. But then things like that happen. Where I'm getting owned by these guys.
I saw how big a group you dropped on the last time at Pop Bank, so...
Yeah, but that was last time.
And I know you're going to be doing the same again this time.
Well, power, but I don't know about that much.
Less than 10k to go now. 6 little miles, that's all. Come back on Smith.
Go for it, Jordy.
That little, those last few words there to Geordie, was that a go ahead, punk, make my day?
If he's willing to do 4 watts a kilo downhill, he can have it.
You're going to get him again on the climb anyway.
He's not. Man, I almost cracked on that climb. I had a moment. Put my head down and just said, I don't even know what I said. I just told myself, who cares?
Mick's got some friends to ride with now. Wow, Smith's in trouble by the looks of things. He's really shifted down. I thought he just had a dropout.
Well, he went pretty fast up the hill.
I'll turn my camera off so you can see what's going on, Ufa.
No, yeah, but I'm watching the Twitch, so that's not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got it here as well now. Hey, Snyders. Snyders says, stay on it, Rick.
Hey, Snyders. Thanks. Dying now.
7K to go. That's all.
Man. Alright, only 2 more punches left.
That's all. It says, pain is just imagination, push it away.
Oh, the shoulders get me again in a TT. I know. I'm not supposed to pedal with my shoulder.
Yeah, I was wondering how that's going to work. Just use one of your 6 feet. A little bit of descent for you before the big push. Here it is. Let's pace it. You're doing great. Nice figures. Snidis is looking good as well.
I wonder if everybody else has their difficulty at 100.
They're all feeling it as well, Rick. They're no better off than you. It's the hardest part over.
Almost.
Yep, nearly there. Keep it going. Nearly there. Final push coming up. Alright, push over. Push over, get that speed back up. There you go. Nicely done.
So annoying. So tired of doing this.
Okay, to go, that's all. Two and a half miles.
Thanks, Ned. Stupid time traps. Need to draft people. I just don't have that raw power.
Kilometre down, 3 to go. Little bump. Give it the beans. Here you go. Nearly there. Keep it going. Ready to shift up. Stay on that power just a few seconds. Get the speed back up. Keep Whitaker in sight. You're going to beat him to the line. Let Beckhoff catch you. Final kilometre coming up. You know you can do a kilometre. Empty those tanks. There you go. You're leaving Beckhoff behind. On a few hundred meters now.
Hmm.
500 to go. There's that finish line. Go and get it. Own it. It's yours. There you go. Big power. Nice work.
That was a part of the experience.
Glad we could share it with you.
Almost 2 minutes down.
Thanks, Sniders.
Thanks. Well, that's a typical TTT. Or TT for me. It's inevitable. I'll catch him on the hills tomorrow.
Right, well. That was a good job, Rick.
Thanks.
Nice work.
Definitely gave it a lot. That's for sure.
Thanks, Sniders, for dropping in and coming to support Rick.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's just the best I can do on TTs right now. There's
that's all we
something
can
I'm
ask.
missing. I don't know what it is.
You dropped the whole pack on that first climb. What's
Yeah.
what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah, but I gotta be able to do it on the last climb too.
Oh, there was no pack to drop. You dropped them already. You left them behind.
Are you leaving now?
Hey, no problem, Sniders. We'll see if we can do the same thing again tomorrow. It's my rest day. I usually stay in bed as long as I can on a Saturday, but we'll see what we can do for streaming Rick's race tomorrow.
I want to stay in bed. Actually, that would probably make me feel horrible if I did that at this point. Probably wouldn't be able to walk anymore. Okay. Love you.
All right.
Come give me a sweaty kiss. Yeah. Love you.
Love you too, Rick.
Oh.
All right. Say it, Rick. Say the words.
Ooh, bye-bye now.
There you go. All right.
I'll catch you. Are you streaming today, Snyder? If so, I'll catch you in the tub stream.
That sounded wrong.
Actually, you
I'll
can
catch
put
you in the
that on
tub.
You can put that on your tags now because I'm going to be in the tub. So essentially, it'll be a tub stream, even if you're not in the tub. And then tons of people will click on it. They'll be like, "Ooh, German tub stream." All right. Anyway, yeah, you should probably cut me off now.
Well, I haven't followed Sniders yet, so I'm going to follow him here.
He does heat training, and every time he does heat training, I go on his Strava and I comment, "That's hot," like Paris Hilton. That's hot.
When I can spell
wow.
your name right.
That was the worst. The worst of worst. I didn't tell anybody good
All
job.
right.
Man. Oh well.
There's your follow from me, Sniders. We'll see if we can catch you later. I don't know what my meetings are like today, but if I can, we'll come and drop in and give you some support as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Rick's already said his bye-bye, so we'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. You're already muted. Sorry, Rick. All right, let me turn his microphone on again. There you go. All right.
All right.
Say it.
Yeah. You don't want to do 2 days of heat training, right? Unless if you really want gains. But that's up to you.
All right. On that note, we're going to try and say bye-bye again. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.